Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tell Me More Show. I am your host, Deshawna.g, from Instagram and from YouTube and from Facebook, from all over at this point. And I am super excited to present to you my phenomenal sister. I can't say favorite because we have multiple.
But I mean, I might be the favorite. We love you. Oh, yeah, Bianca.
I know. We love y'all. All of y'all. But I'm super excited to introduce my sister. She is a realtor in North Carolina. And I felt like she would be a great addition to the platform to talk about her experience of how she became a realtor. So honestly, I hear a lot of people and a lot of wealthy people talking about how they were able to quit their jobs and go into real estate and really make a name for themselves in the industry. And so I am going to hand it over to Camille so she can present herself and we can jump into these questions so y'all can figure out how to become an agent. Right, so Camille, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. So my name is Camille Grimsley. I am a real estate agent in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm licensed in both North and South Carolina. And my mission in real estate is to educate and empower individuals and families to achieve their real estate goals. So I'm really big on breaking things down for people, making it easy to understand, and helping people to understand that homeownership is much more attainable than I think we think it is sometimes. And, I am wearing my Young, Gifted, and Black homeowner tee today.
Yes.
So this is actually one of my own designs. I created this t-shirt because Black millennials in 2017 had a homeownership rate of 17% compared to 46% for non-Hispanic whites. So empowering our people of color, young people, single people is really important to me. So you can find this t-shirt online at shop.homesweetclt. For anyone that you know who's recently bought a home, we need to celebrate our young Black homeowners. And for the soon-to-be homeowners, I do have other inspirational apparel on the site as well. So I'm really excited to talk to you about being a real estate agent. I've been licensed since 2016, so almost 5 years now. And I'll tell you a little bit about my journey.
Yes, thank you so much for that intro. And I will make sure I put your information at the bottom of under the video. And before we begin, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And let me know in the comments if you enjoy this conversation, if you want to hear more from Camille, or if there are other topics you want me to discuss on the platform. So let's jump into these questions because I'm actually really excited to find out how I could possibly become an agent, or the audience can become agents as well. So how did you start the process?
So I was working full-time at an airline as a supervisor at the time. And I had a coworker who was a real estate agent, and she was working there and doing real estate part-time, and she just was claiming that she was making some good money. And I was like, oh, this is great. And she kept saying, you would be so good at it. You would be such a great real estate agent. And I feel like she was just gassing me. She really was just gassing me. I feel like I might burst a few bubbles today, but I think that it is important to really be realistic and know what you're getting yourself into. And that's part of empowerment. You cannot be empowered if you are in the dark and if you're ignorant of things. So you have to know, you have to have all the knowledge.
Absolutely.
I got into real estate because I saw this woman. She seemed to be making good money and she was still working full time. And she felt like I would be good at it. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I would. And I just kind of like jumped in, and I'm the kind of person that like jumps headfirst into every opportunity that comes about. I've grown out of that a little bit since, my mid-20s, but I'm still, just not a very risk-averse person. So if there's something new that I think is going to be lucrative, I'm on it.
Absolutely. So I have a question because I know in previous conversations, you've mentioned every state has a different process. Mm-hmm. So how does one figure out, or where do they go to find out their state's process of becoming a realtor so they can take the first step?
That's a fantastic question. So what you'll want to do is go to your state's real estate commission. So You should be able to Google North Carolina Real Estate Commission or Virginia Real Estate Commission, and get the information directly from the commission. It should say .gov on the end of the web address, because there's a lot of misinformation out there, and I don't want anyone getting taken advantage of.
Thank you so much, because the worst thing that can happen is you type your personal information into the wrong platform. So it is very important, guys. Make sure it says .gov.
Not to mention all these people out here that are charging you for things that you can do for free. So you just want to make sure we're not getting got with the okie doke.
Let's not even go there, because I've been got multiple times, okay? So yeah, no, I appreciate that. So I have a question. What were the startup costs and expenses? Because, my friends, the audience, we are all on a budget. We're paying off debt. We're building our income so that we can build a legacy. And it's really important, as you said earlier, to know what you're getting yourself into. So can you tell us a little bit about the expenses to start up?
Mm-hmm. So first and foremost, I think the thing that everybody gets to when they think they want to be an agent is the real estate class. So you have to pay to take the class. You have to pay probably for a textbook. You may want to pay for some additional study materials. I certainly did. I'll get into that when we talk about tips for passing the test. But so definitely the class, the book, the study materials. In my day or in my state, that runs you about $600 maybe. In North Carolina, pre-COVID, you did have to take the class in person, whereas I know some other states have been doing the class online for years in a self-paced capacity. But now in North Carolina, I believe we can do the class virtually, which is a come up. Yay!
Yes, thank you, Deshawna. That's one thing we can say thank you to. Okay.
Right. So I do want to. I'll keep going, because I think that's where everybody stops. It's like paying for the class. It's like, oh, I paid for the class. That's great. The class is going to take you a couple of weeks. Then you'll need to pay an application fee to the Real Estate Commission. You may need to pay a fee to sit for the official exam. You may need to pay a background check fee. So those things right there might run you $150 total. Then once you pass the test, you're going to need to get licensed with your local realtor association. And that is where things get a little expensive. Because your realtor association, you're going to have annual dues, and you're also going to have quarterly dues most times. And you, the little key that realtors use to open the lock boxes electronically, there's probably going to be some fees, some startup fees, and some recurring fees associated with that. And I can keep going. There's even more.
So we need about $1,000 ready to tap into.
Yeah.
So this is actually, guys, at this point, I'm not even looking at the questions. I have a quick question. So is there a reason why it's important to find the right real estate agency? Because do they help you pay for those costs, or is it always all on you? Or does it just depend?
You see the face I'm making? I haven't come across a real estate firm yet that will necessarily help with costs. Some might invest in the cost to help you with the class if you're looking for, a boost to get started. However, remember how I said that last time I could keep going?
Yeah.
Actually, in a lot of cases, you're actually going to be paying your real estate firm a monthly fee just to be licensed under them.
Woo! Okay.
So that's another fee.
Okay.
And also you need professional insurance. It's called errors and omissions insurance. If they don't cover that for you, then you have to pay for that too. So it's a lot.
So it's a lot that you can gain, but you have to be prepared for these startup costs, for sure.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Okay, well, I appreciate you telling me and telling us, because I didn't know that. I just thought I can wake up one day and say, you know what? I'm sick of this job. I'm going to become an agent.
When I tell you I was not prepared, I was not prepared.
Okay.
In fact, if we're going to be really transparent, I'm going to be totally transparent with the people.
I'm here for transparency.
I was licensed in 2016. But then once I got licensed and I got into this business, I very quickly realized that the full-time job I was working at was not paying me enough money to be able to cover the cost of the recurring fees and the overhead of being a realtor. So I was like, I have to sell a house immediately. I have to sell a house like right now. And it doesn't usually work that way unless you are really, really fantastic. I don't know. So the first couple of months of the business, I wasn't able to sell a house, and I actually went inactive, which means I just put my license on hold. I was just like, I can't do this right now. I can't afford this right now. And I was inactive from 2017 to 2019 until I got back in. So you kind of have to be realistic about what you can take on.
And the thing is, you guys, if you follow her on Facebook, you will see her journey and how she is killing the game right now. So, I mean, I really appreciate you being transparent about that, because there might be people watching right now who are having a dry spell or dry season, and they might need you to take a break, and it is okay.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to our budget, it is okay to say, all right, I need to take a pause and get back to it. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
So how much money can someone earn as an agent?
Okay, so that's the cool part. Because real estate is very much one of those industries where you get out what you put in. So your income potential is pretty much unlimited. So there are some agents. So typically, well, no, I can't say typically. Sorry, never mind. So
Sometimes.
I can't. So I was about to start talking about commission, and I'm not allowed. I'm absolutely not allowed to talk about commission. But as a real estate agent, you get to set your own commission, and you get to determine what you charge. Usually it's some percentage of the purchase price. And so it's basically like you just have to get out there and get in contact with as many people as you can. Real estate is very much a numbers game, and it's a people game. You know, you have to get out there and get in front of people and talk to people, and you are marketing yourself basically, because every agent is going to do relatively the same thing, plus or minus, you know, how far extra mile is your realtor willing to go, which, you know, I go the extra mile for my people, but we all have the same essential functions. So we're really marketing ourselves, and it just comes down to how many people you can connect with and how many people you can help buy or sell their homes. So the possibilities are endless there.
So I appreciate you saying that as well, because like I said, I've talked to very wealthy people who make a large commission. There's actually a show on Netflix, Selling Sunset, that I love. So thank you for sharing that. So the very last question I would love to ask you, which is super important, is tips on how to pass that test.
Okay.
Do you have any?
Yes, I have a few. So one thing that I did that I found super helpful is I got the discs. They were like CDs that had the study material on them. And so I would play them in the car, like driving everywhere. And I just was like, I want to absorb this by osmosis. So yeah, listening to the CDs, the study CDs absolutely helped me a lot. See if you can try to find YouTube videos that break certain concepts down. Make sure that it's specific to your state. And you absolutely have to stay on top of the course material. This is not one of those things where you could just kind of like glide on through and, you know, and just next. No, you need to be reading the material. And, you know, just whatever helps get you in a position of receiving the material. I'm just going to say that I would have a glass of wine as I would do the reading. The reading is very dry. Actually practicing real estate is a lot more fun than reading this material. So, I mean, that's what I had to do to get into a posture of being able to relax and receive the material. And I think the biggest thing is just make sure you get a good night's sleep beforehand. Make sure you eat like a good dinner the night before and a good breakfast the day of. Seriously, I mean, that sounds so generic and so SAT high school, but seriously.
They had a method to the madness, clearly.
And then just don't second guess yourself. Go with your instincts, and just believe in yourself. I think when I sat down to take the test, I thought, oh my goodness, none of these questions seem like what we learned. I don't know. And I just had to put myself in this position like, okay, think like a realtor. Just think like a realtor. What would the best real estate agent do? You know? So yeah, that's my advice. And my biggest tip for passing the test is don't give up. If you don't pass the first time, lots of people don't pass the first time. Keep trying. You can do it. It just may take a little minute.
What if it's the third time? And I
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Woo! All right. I'm going to,
if your budget allows, keep going.
Yes. So, guys, I'm actually not in the process of doing this right now, but I know a lot of people who are in the process and trying to become agents, and I know they've been struggling with taking the test and understanding what comes next. So I really appreciate you, Camille, coming on this channel and just sharing your light with us. Like, I love you so much.
And I love real estate agent friends. This is very much a business that can be isolating if we let it, because it's so competitive. And I really try to position myself in a place of there's enough business out here for everybody, and I'm not going to try to cut the next person off at the knees in order to get ahead. And also I want to be a resource to other agents. I know very much the feeling of needing to vent, and just needing to have people to talk to who understand what you're going through. So I love new agent friends. So feel free to connect with me on Instagram right here.
Oh wait, I always do that wrong. Over here, make sure you comment, and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you follow Camille, and make sure you follow me on the gram as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining us once again. I hope you enjoyed this interview. Let me know if you have any questions about your budget or you need more advice. I am super excited to see you next time, and thank you so much again for coming, Camille.
No problem. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.